You're listening to the Love Your Neighbor podcast.
Welcome to Link's podcast, by the way. If you're just tuning in, Tiffany and I have been already talking, but if you're just tuning in, welcome to Link's podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by the incredible folks at Pizza Ranch County Fair. And my guest today can verify all of that.
Yep.
Tiffany, welcome.
Thanks.
It's good to have you here.
Thanks.
I know this is probably not on your top 10 list of things being on a podcast.
It's just overwhelming, but it'll be fun.
You tell me if I'm wrong. This is just in the short time I've gotten to know you. You like being behind the scenes. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You've been in Brandon
Forever.
Okay. So a lot of people watching this already know you.
Maybe.
But there are a lot of people, in Brandon, when did you move to Brandon? How did you get to Brandon?
I was raised there. I started in first grade.
Oh, wow.
And then I graduated and went away to Creighton for 4 years. And when I went away to college, I knew that I was coming back to South Dakota because my parents had so many companies. So it was never, even thought about going somewhere else.
So when I see that T-shirt that says straight out of Brandon.
Yep.
That's you.
100%.
You're straight out of the mean streets.
Brandon.
What street did you grow up on?
We grew up by the golf course.
By the golf course. Okay. Yeah. So
Fairway.
The east side.
East side. Now that's where I'm at again. I can't leave it. Creature of habit.
Born and bred. So truly, for those people that are listening that don't know Brandon or are new to Brandon, which is a majority of our community, you kind of are Brandon.
I like Brandon.
Cool.
I do.
You mentioned businesses. Now that's obviously part of your story, but I want to kind of dig into high school. You came out of Brandon. When did you graduate from high school, go to college, all that stuff? Tell us that story, what we need to know. You don't have to tell everything, but what do we need to know about you that helps us understand who Tiffany is?
I graduated in 2005 from Brandon and went to Creighton for 4 years. I loved Omaha. I loved the big city. I loved the university. It was incredible 4 years, but my mom owned Annie Ann's Pretzels, Villa Pizza, and Taco John's. And so I knew I was coming back because no matter what my career, I couldn't take it anywhere. So I came back and she threw me right into it. And I went into Annie Ann's and Villa Pizza. She had an awesome manager at Tacos, so I didn't have to do anything there.
Yeah.
And then I just realized I hated them all.
Really?
It's a great place, but it's just so controlling. They controlled my hours. My rent was astronomical. I hated it. And so we decided to find something I would love, and we found 3 Degrees. And so when we transitioned into 3 Degrees, we sold out of Annie Ann's and Villa and never looked back. Felt good.
And now, for people like me who don't know what 3 Degrees is, I've heard of it now. But share with us, what is 3 Degrees to someone who has no idea what it is?
Yeah, 3 Degrees. It's an infrared sauna studio in Sioux Falls. We have 2 locations, one on Western, one on Sycamore. It is infrared saunas, so it's set up kind of like a tanning salon. Each sauna has its own personal suite, direct TV wired in. You just go in, relax. You can burn up to 600 calories in a session. Great for detoxing, stress, sleeping, immune system boost. It was huge during the COVID times.
Sure.
For just getting people's immune systems up. Great for arthritis, muscle recovery. The benefits are endless. It's amazing.
So a regular. Is it a customer, a member? How do you refer to your clients?
Yeah, clients. Yep.
Okay.
And most of them are on memberships. It just gets them the lowest price point. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun seeing the way it's changed people's lives that come there. It's really exciting. It's a different experience than being in food service. Both are great, but I'm drawn to the spa life.
So it's somewhere between. Now, again, you have to forgive me.
No.
I'm like a farm kid.
No, I love that.
So it's somewhere between a gym membership and a tanning studio?
Yeah, kind of. So it's good to add to that. So you go work out and then you come sauna, repairs your muscles so you can get back in the gym, hit it harder.
Okay. Well, that's good because I need something to get me into the gym. So,
yeah, that's what my mom used it for. She started sauning and just started feeling better, feeling healthier, wanting to be healthier, and that's what got her into the gym.
Okay. Now, you've also taken this model. Now, if I understand this right, so you've been in the franchisee space.
Yeah, forever.
That's all you know, really.
That's all I know.
So now you're taking a step, and as I understand this, I mean, you're the franchisor.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
Okay.
But exciting.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've always been the franchisee. We've always been the ones that, get told what to do. They come up with all the ideas. They come up with all the marketing, the plans. And now we're doing that part. And we just got started in it. So far, we've signed a area rep. He's got like Wisconsin and Illinois and stuff. But our main ones right now are Atlanta and Tucson. They both just signed. So we're getting those open. So that'll be really fun. Yeah, Atlanta already has their spot and their saunas. And Tucson, we're just getting started finding their location. So it's super exciting.
So obviously you're looking at population centers. That's obvious. So what is needed to have? I've not been to 3 Degrees yet.
Yeah, we're going to have to change that.
I'm not going to have any option but to go.
Yeah, exactly.
But what is needed if someone's listening to this, I'm sure someone's listening to this who would love to have a 3 Degrees studio in their community. What do you need to get started?
Yeah, it's mostly just starting on population. The biggest part is having enough of a population. We honestly started franchising because so many people were calling us, asking us, "Oh, can you go here? Can you go here?" And I don't want to open anymore. Like I have 2. I have great employees, great team, and I just don't want to. And so we found a way to get all the franchising things together. And we're hoping that other people will just open them and we can help guide them and show them the ropes.
Sure. Cool. How big of a deal is this? Because obviously the only one that I've heard of in this. Are there other ones in this area, or is this something new to the area, new to the country? Where did you come up with this idea?
Yeah, so Penny actually heard about it first. It was a terrible name. When we first got into it, it was Sweet Sweat. It was horrible. And so we were Sweet Sweat Sauna Studio Sioux Falls. Like, it was terrible. But it was a franchise, and we got into it because that's what we did. And there were 3 of them, one in Michigan, one in Cali. And the franchisor, bless his heart, he just wasn't into it. We kind of did our own thing. We came up with everything ourselves. And he decided to just dissolve it. And so the one in Michigan closed down, the one in Cali changed names, and we changed to 3 Degrees. Because 3 Degrees is what everybody's body temperature increases when they're in the sauna. So that was where we got that. And then us and the one in Cali are both franchising.
Okay.
Kind of went off and did our own things.
Okay. So is there equipment that you provide?
Yeah, so they buy the sauna, and that's the biggest part that they have. I mean, you can get everything from the sauna except for UV. So it's perfect.
Okay, great. Well, excellent.
Yeah,
I'm going to check this out.
Yeah, you're going to have a little date night. You don't have to go in the same sauna. I don't sauna with Aaron. Okay. I want to watch what I want to watch.
Okay. So you're like plugged into like you mentioned TV and stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I think I can do this.
I think you can too.
Okay. Well, you consider me sold. I want to be a client.
Let's get you in there.
Well, great. Well, that kind of covers a little bit of where you're going. Obviously, just very recently, and it really, as somebody who's works with people, I work with people and worked with teams my whole life, to see kind of that journey of letting go.
Yeah, it was hard.
Are you okay talking? Is it too soon? Or
no,
maybe it's too
I'm
soon?
Okay.
Okay.
Probably not last week, but this week I'm good. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah. Ooh. I guess I didn't realize how much I loved it, until we decided to sell. It's where my mom worked when she had me. It's where I grew up. I mean, Taco John's is like a huge part of me. And now it's become a huge part of my daughter's. It was so cute at preschool graduation. My daughter's, what does she want to be when she grows up? She wanted to be a Taco John's worker. Like, it's so cute. And, like, her friends want to work there. And it's just darling. And so, like, it's fun to see that, like, I don't know, generational growth with it. But it was time to move on. I'm just not focusing enough right now. Like, I am 1 foot in tacos, 1 foot in 3 Degrees. trying to franchise. I mean, now that I have franchisees and they need me and they're emailing me and I can't get back to them for 4 days because I'm worried about something with tacos, it just wasn't setting them up for success that they deserved. So we had to sit down and really talk about it and figure out where I needed to put my priorities. And I love tacos. I love the community of Brandon. It was so fun working in there and all the people that I got to see all the time. I saw your wife.
Yeah.
It was fun just seeing everybody come through. But it was time. And I think part of it that was so hard was like it was my mom's legacy. She started there when she was 14, worked her way up to being an owner. I mean, that takes a lot, especially when it was like a man's world when she was in it. And so I feel like a little bit I kind of let her down by giving up tacos, but she says she's okay with it, so I'm going to pretend like that's true and just roll with it. But yeah, it was hard to let it go. It was really hard, but.
Well, I think that, there's obviously seasons of our life, you know, and that'll always, I grew up on a farm. I don't farm anymore, but it's still a part of who I am.
Yep.
And so I think, certainly being in the relationship business, it all comes back to relationships. And
absolutely. That is probably the biggest part of it. Yeah. And it's just different now, like driving by it and it's not ours and just hard. We still have the strip mall, So, but I always think it's a good fallback. I mean, if you ever need to get a taco fix, just talk to your husband and see if you can go maybe make some taco pizzas. Yeah.
And then just what you can do, this is what I did in college, just fold it in half and then you got a giant taco. I think that's a great idea. Aaron's going to love that you just offered me to work for him. He's going to be thrilled. Well, Pizza Ranch is a vested spot. When I think about community, I think obviously about the businesses. Completely. And Pizza Ranch does so much for that community. It's crazy what he does. Crazy. I mean, above and beyond any other business in that town. Well, I remember, when I first moved here, that was obvious to me. I was in Pizza Ranch and I ran into a friend of mine and he was, I was like, I didn't know you lived in Brandon. He goes, I don't. He lived in Hartford. Yeah. But he goes, we have our birthday parties at the Brandon Pizza Ranch. Yeah, there's so many people that drive to Brandon for that Pizza Ranch. It's definitely legendary for sure. Yeah, and I think, and I wanted to get kind of your take on this too, because there's obviously challenges, and I'd love you to the blessings of being in that business. What's been the greatest part about your being involved in that, would you say? In tacos? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, the community. The things we were able to do for having that were really, really awesome. The things that, we have a soccer field that we were able to donate and we helped with the scoreboard. And there's so many things now that it's just sad not having that option. I'm hoping I'll be able to build 3 degrees to be able to do that same thing because there's something about being able to give back that just feels so good. 3 degrees just sponsored the Lynx team, the 4 boys that went to Oregon. I saw that, yeah. And so cool. That's the stuff I want to be able to do. And that's the stuff that I'm going to miss with us not having tacos. Well, cool. Well, I think that's a good thing. What's been a challenge for you in this business? Obviously it never stops. Yeah, it's been interesting. I feel like I'm the most calm that I've ever been since we sold. I feel like I didn't realize how busy I really was. Especially with COVID, we're out of stuff all the time. They're running out of different products. We can't get it made. It's just added so much extra chaos to an already chaotic environment. Employees have definitely been a bit of a challenge lately. Sure. I don't know where they all went, but major employee shortage, which definitely affected things. So it's been interesting. I like it. I feel like I thrive in chaos, so I think I did good with it, but I'm going to miss that a little bit. But I think the hardest part was just the employees. You rely so much on them and you get a great one and you fall in love with them and they kill it and then they grow up and move on. And then you're like, oh man. So then you get the next generation of them. And
that's kind of hard too, because you do put that time into them, but you want them to grow also.
Right. Yeah, that's I think that's, very, very much the story in Brandon, because you fall in love with these, these young people.
Yeah.
And then they graduate.
Yes.
And then it's like, where'd they go?
Yeah. It's hard. And you get them when they're these babies that you can kind of develop, and you watch them go from not knowing how to do dishes to like just killing it on cooking. And then, they're gone. And you're like, oh man, it's hard. It's fun to see them. And then they come back and they have these great careers, and, they're hardworking kids, and it's awesome.
I mean, would you say, is there a story you could share of somebody who you thought when they first came to you, then later you're like, what they're doing, like, no way. Like, do you have any stories like that? Or maybe it'd be hard to share, but. Yeah,
it's a little hard to share just because, it'd give it away for a couple of them. But, some of them went on to do some big fun things. Yeah. And it's nice to know that they got their start with us. And, it's nice they keep in touch too. I even have girls from Annie Ann still that reach out and let me know what they're doing. And it feels good.
Well, that's a part of our culture that I think, and honestly, in the business world and in a lot of, that's a concern of the next generation is knowing how to work.
Yeah.
Are those skills being lost?
Yeah, it's just different. It feels like, I don't know, a lot of the kids that work now don't necessarily have to work, and so it's a different world. But, we have when we were at Tacos, we had some of the hardest working kids, and they didn't have to work, and they were just raised really, really well. And so I think it's kind of turning around a little bit, at least is what it felt like in the last couple months.
Good. So changing gears just a little bit here, you're a mother. Okay, so what are the things that you for sure want to make sure that your girls are learning in these days? Because they're how old are your daughters?
7 and 4. So yeah, they're spicy. They I just want them to be hardworking. I want them to be good people, kind. I want them to be like Aaron. Aaron is like the epitome of like what I want them to be. Just a good person, hardworking, generous, kind, everything. And they see business every day. There's so many times that they have to just sit there quiet while we're talking, or a client is talking to us, or an employee calls. So they're getting raised in it, kind of like how my brother and I were. And so I'm sure they'll get that same fire for business that my brother and I got. But yeah, I just want them to be hardworking, good people. And I think Brandon will help with that.
Yeah. That's cool. I ran into Erin and I think it was your oldest daughter. Raina. She was wearing like a unicorn.
Oh, that would be Blair.
That'd be Blair. It was a unicorn, maybe pajamas. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that'd be Blair. Blair beats to her own drum. She doesn't care. She is something else. She is the only person more stubborn than Erin is Blair. Like, she's spicy. Does her own thing, wears her own thing, doesn't care.
So if you had to rank in order stubbornness, it would be Erin.
It would be a bull, and then it would be Blair, and then it would be Erin.
Okay. I just want to make sure I had that right.
Yeah.
So, okay, good. Good. Well, that's good. I think there's there's value.
If I survive it.
Yeah. Because I one time I heard that, like, some of the times the kids, their personality is being formed and shaped, and the stubborn 4-year-old, one day is going to be a very successful and confident person.
Yeah, my mom always said that I'm not supposed to mold my kids to who I want to be. I'm supposed to take what God gave them and help them grow in it. And so I'm trying not to stifle her, but oh man, she's something.
Yeah.
But one day it'll serve her well.
Yeah, and again, outside perspective.
I know.
Don't have any daughters, didn't have any sisters. You're doing a great job.
Well, thank you.
Should be awesome.
Thanks. They'll be good.
She, what do they say? She won the parent lottery. She's got 2 great ones.
Oh, thanks. They tell my oldest that.
Okay. The older she gets, the smarter you'll become.
Oh, is that true?
That's what I've heard.
Oh, I'm waiting for
my
those.
parents got smarter as I got older. You maybe always thought your mom was smart.
Yeah, I don't know. Penny.
Well, we talked a lot. We covered a lot of ground here. Is there anything that we missed? Is there anything that people need to know about you or 3 Degrees or Brandon? Because there's a lot of people that are watching this that are new to Brandon.
Yeah. No, I'm ride or die Brandon. I know that every place has its pros and cons. I know there's always going to be negative no matter where you go. But at the end of the day, it's a good community and good people, solid people. I mean, some of our best friends that we'll have for our whole lives are formed from Brandon. And I wouldn't do it any other way.
Great. Well, this has been a treat. Thank you. You did great, by the way.
Thanks.
Thumbs up and best luck, 3 Degrees. Hopefully we'll see one Brandon. So.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us on the Love Your Neighbor podcast. The purpose of the Love Your Neighbor podcast is to build community one conversation at a time. You can help us build that community by sharing the podcast on your social media channels and rating our podcast on whatever platform you're listening from. Another way is to let us know of any neighbors who have a story. Go Leaks!